Tilted Frankie is the nuts.
Frankie, did you fold the winner? Quiet Frankie is not a happy Frankie.
Frankie is in effort mode and I'm here for it.
Frankie can't be ahead.
Why do you gotta turn a 9, bro? Fuck.
I'm at the Intercontinental. Just gonna put our stuff in the room and then let's get going. We have some friends to meet and some poker to play. I think this is probably the softest high-stakes poker game I've ever played in my entire life. There's not a single person on this table I'm scared of, besides myself. Welcome to my personal hell. Every second editing this has absolutely sucked. I never wanted to watch this stream again, but here we are.
I watched so many Phil Galfond videos before we played today. I was like, I'm fucking so good at poker.
This is our competition today. This should have gone so well. People are generally confused when I tell them that my least favorite hand in poker is pocket queens. Now don't get me wrong, I'm excited to see it when I look down, and of course I'm gonna put in a 3-bet, but this happens way too often.
Poker Llama has aces. Danger.
I make the call, and let's hope to see a king or ace high flop so I can get away from this hand. Alright, just because I flop a set this time isn't going to change my entire opinion about a hand. At this point, they start zooming in on my Team Pro patch like I did something amazing, but really it's Poker Llama who found the miracle check back. Maybe I'll get away from this hand. Or maybe I'll just spike an ace on the river. I bet 300, and Poker Llama is not getting away. He goes all in. My chips hit the middle before his does. You guys already know what's coming. Prepare yourself. Alright, so you can see the tilt doesn't start in this exact moment. We do start up $3,000, but if you're a poker player, you know starting up and then ending down, it might be even worse than just going straight down. I'd say tilt started about right now. The only way Grey Goes All In can take money from me at the poker table is by trying to ruin my sponsorship with PokerStars. He slapped a GG poker patch on my back when I wasn't looking, and I sat in the stream for 2 hours wearing my competitor's badge on my back. Tilt rising. You can't fathom the chain of events that this prank caused on my life. I'll have to save that for another video. In the meantime, Casino King rivers his 2-outer and gets another $400 of value out of me. The prank still cost me more money. This hand against Casino King started a chain of hands against him, where my tilt level goes from 0 to 100, starting with this hand.
Frankie with queens.
We're 3 ways to a flop, which comes 10-7-4. We flop an overpair, and Casino King leads out for 100. I immediately raise to $400, and Poker Llama behind me makes the call, and then Casino King re-raises to 2,000. We're supposed to go broke this hand. Even if he flopped a set, we're just gonna lose all of our money. Just put it all in quickly. But then, sometimes when you sit there and you overthink, your brain changes sides, decides to go the other way, and I go for the hero fold. If he didn't show, I would have been okay, but he proudly flips over ace 10. I am livid. Let's pull that tilt meter and dial up to 70%.
Frankie, did you fold the winner? Sorry,
You were beat.
Quiet Frankie is not a happy Frankie.
I'm in head jacks.
I love your next gen.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Let's go.
Stick in the call, man.
I made a mistake, and it's gonna compound into much, much more. There's a $40 straddle on this hand, and I have ace queen. I make it 120 to go. Seth is one of those players who is absolutely playing bigger than his bankroll. So when he 3-bets my early position raise from the big blind, I know he has a big hand, but I am not in a mood to fold. Normally I'm always just calling here, but I don't take too long before I rip it all in. And I don't even get snap called with the nuts.
Folded the best hand on a big one, and now he's all in. He is 6% to win.
Coming up, I have a hand that is 6 times bigger than this one, and a lot more punts to go through, so I'm not going to waste everyone's time. I did not win this on 2 boards. Now I'm limping queen 7 offsuit in early position, still trying to win the stand-up game. This is not the face of someone that is enjoying themselves. We lose that hand, and then Bretsky immediately blind raises to 100. On tilt poker, 3-bets him to 400, and I looked on an ace 8 offsuit in the blind. And although Casino King's the one that beat me, on tilt is definitely in my target for needling so much. Like I said earlier, I'm not in the folding mood. And if you're not gonna fold, there's only one right way to play this hand.
All in.
And this is the last thing you wanna hear.
I ain't trying to slow roll you, Bubba. Don't be mad at me. I'm probably gonna call. I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
So after all that yapping, he makes the folds. It turns out he had queen jack offsuit. Slow roll me, Bubba? Come on, what are you talking about? Fuck it, call. I'm ahead. The next thing, there's a lot of weak actions in front of me, and I look down at pocket jacks. It's hard to do mental math in your head when you are steaming out of your mind, but I decided to go for a raise size of 280. Greg makes the call, as does Branson to his left. The flop comes 10-8-4. We flop an overpair. I go for a bet of 450. Greg makes the fold, and Branson, the tightest player at the table today so far, re-raises to 1200. Fuck is going on today? I mean, this just has to be pocket 8s, pocket 4s, and slow played pocket 10s. I just don't see Branson ever going for a bluff on this board. Doesn't make any sense. He literally raised a half of his stack. Like, who does that as a bluff? I think I'm gonna fold again. I just don't think I'm good here versus Branson. If it's Casino King, I'm snap calling for the rest of my life. And I decide just to go all in. I am not folding again. Branson had the rare bluff with pocket 6s. I'm very surprised to see that from him, and we take this pot down. My girlfriend begged me not to show this hand, but I don't even care anymore at this point. I raise ace king to $50. Cairo raises hijack to $150, and Casino King 4-bets the button to $400. I'm as tilted as you can be, and I'm not trying to get it in for $9,000 with ace king. So I underplay my hand, and I just make the call.
We're gonna play some poker.
Take me.
The flop comes queen 9-3. We completely miss, and we check it over at Casino King, who bets 1,000 into 1,200. I have ace high and a person behind me, yet I still make the call. Cairo folds, and the turn comes another 9. I check, and now Casino King bets $3,000. Of course, he could have aces, he could have kings, or a queen. But there's also a lot of hands he could have that are complete airballs, like 7-2 for example, which is the bounty hand of the day. I have absolutely no idea why I decided to take a massive stand right now, but instead of doing this pre-flop, I decided to take a stand right now. I'm going all in. I think Casino King has nothing, and he snap calls. It turns out he has a 9, and an $18,000 pot. I have 0% chance of winning. All of my mistakes today have accumulated to this point, losing a $20,000 pot.
Fuck. Why do you gotta turn a 9, bro?
The tilt meter's broken. Unfortunately, the session isn't over. I have 7-4 offsuit with $980 in my stack, and I decide that I'm gonna call a raise of $150 from Greg Goes All In.
In a state of shock from that last hand still, donates about 10% of his stack on the 7-4 offsuit.
Before the hand, Magic asked me if I want to top up, and I snap go, I don't need to. And then I go ahead and just push all in with 7-4 offsuit. And Greg with top pair, this is on 1,000 times speed, slow rolls the shit out of me, and then eventually makes the call. It took 52 seconds for him to make that decision.
It's a pretty straightforward call.
The turn is a diamond. We need a diamond. The river, a 5. We get there on the river and add on for another $5,000. But the mistakes don't stop. Next hand, I have 9-2 offsuit in the straddle. Bredsky raises to $60, and hey, what is $60 in the grand scheme of things? I make the call.
Frankie is in effort mode, and I'm here for it.
Let me make sure I flop the
Oh
flush.
no, he did flip a flush.
200.
Frankie, be careful.
I just lost a 20K pot. Who cares about $100? The turn comes a 9, and Bredsky continues for $200.
Raise.
Bump it up, one more.
And he's raising. And gets snap called.
Why am I in this situation? The river absolutely bails me out. It's another 3. We go from a 5% chance of winning to 100%. And now when the donkey gets rewarded, I'm going to go for a nice big value bet, and I make another mistake. I check. He checks it back, and I've broken every single rule of poker at this point. Unfortunately for me, but good for you, the story is just getting good. This is the moment I realized I had sent my mom the link to the live stream 7 hours ago. Like flashbacks from World War II, all the puns started coming back to me. The conversation went something like this. Frankie, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good, Mom. Just dealing with some stuff right now. I saw the big hand. Did you sell any action? Yeah, Mom, the game was really soft, so I did have most of myself tonight. I'm not feeling well. Well, you know in the grand scheme of life that none of this is important. I know. It's no big deal. I'll take their money every single time if we play again. I just played like ass today. You know, you can't control the cards. Sometimes they just don't fall your way. Yeah, and sometimes you play like shit. I have to go cash out and talk to the guys. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. My mom is easy. This conversation is gonna be much harder. Most girlfriends would say it's okay and tell you to come home, but my girlfriend is a professional poker player.
You cannot play other position as king with the multiple part. It's okay. You wanna go play front, play like a me. It's okay. Four flop. It's a multiple part. You learn the lesson from closer than me. Why are you doing that?
She's normally quite sweet. The rest of the conversation went something like this. I know I played like shit. I know. You're coming home tonight. My flight's at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'll be home soon. You're sick. I know, but there's no flights out tonight. It's already late. Uber home. It's like a 4.5-hour drive to Vegas. I don't care. Fine, I don't even want to be here. Let me go back to the hotel, get my bags, and I'll come home. I just played the worst session of poker in my entire life. This is my hotel room, which we will not be staying at. I am Ubering back to Las Vegas. I feel awful. I think I'm sick, and I need to go see what's up. My throat, my head, it's all killing me. I felt terrible all day at the table. What is happening to me? I'm so scared for this Uber. We going to Vegas?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Is it all that you have?
That's all I have.
Okay.
Currently estimated to get in around 4 a.m. This is gonna be my bed. Why am I doing this? The car is very bumpy. It's only been 5 minutes. Good night. I've loved card games since I was old enough to hold them, and for as long as I can remember, I've been a sore loser. One time after a losing session, I yelled at myself in the car for so long that I lost my voice for 2 days. I know many of you watching deal with tilt just like I do. For me, it's not about the money or the runouts. I just always want to play the hand right. But I know it's impossible to play perfectly. When you're feeling the way I am right now, it's best to surround yourself with your loved ones, and remember, there's a brighter day ahead of you. See you guys on the other side.